Hey guys, it's Mary from Jeeping and Teal, and you're listening to Trailhead Podcast. OK, salut tout le monde, c'est Marie-France de Jeeping and Teal et vous écoutez The Trailhead Podcast.
Hello, Trailheads, and welcome to the Trailhead. Before the trails start today, we need to have a short safety meeting. Off-roading is an exhilarating but inherently risky sport. The insights and opinions that are shared by our hosts and any experts or guests on the podcast are intended to inform and inspire, not replace professional guidance. The Trailhead guests, partners, and any sponsors are not liable for any actions that you take based on what you hear. It is your responsibility to seek professional advice and make informed decisions, especially when attempting potentially dangerous activities. Always check current trail conditions and comply with local laws and regulations. Off-roading requires careful preparation and respect for safety, so ensure that you're well prepared before hitting the trails. And now that that's out of the way, buckle up and let the stories begin.
Welcome to the Trailhead, where trails start and stories unfold.
One, two, three.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Now here's JD.
That's how I want to start the show. That's what I'm saying. That's how I want to start the show tonight. So we're gonna start.
That's
with
the
a
last
dumpster
time
fire.
I work on my own Jeep.
You realize it's a parking garage too, right?
Yeah, I want to understand exactly what happened here. I don't understand. Do we know the cause of this situation?
No, not yet.
All right.
No.
Oh man, that's a bad day.
Yeah,
that's a super totaled moment. That's like you can't even save anything.
No, that's 100% done. Yeah.
Oh, that bumper seems to be holding up all right.
I did ask you, I was like, hey, what bumper you got on that thing?
Here's the thing: it's that's the other thing. If anything that can be sifted out of the ashes, I think that should be the advertisement. Then at that point, that survived a fire like that. Because I've seen a few fires like that, and we don't know why. We just know that it exploded. I'm assuming a battery.
Yeah.
Or bad wiring.
He drove it to work and parked it. And when he parked it, of course, he started smelling smoke. So
that's like my worst nightmare in terms of just regular things that can happen to a Jeep, because I see it too much on Instagram right now, and I don't know why.
Well, that's why I have a fire extinguisher.
So do I. My concern is I'm not going to be there when it happens. So,
well, that's true
right,
too.
But they had time to videotape that. They couldn't pull out the fire extinguisher.
They moved the cars, and you can see in the picture he took, the cars were still in it, and then the video he started taking, they had moved the cars out of the way.
Huh. Would have probably taken a fire extinguisher to it by then. But good days.
I don't know.
Yeah,
in
good
a
times.
parking, when it's outside, I would say yes. In a parking garage, I can't imagine how hot that is.
Yeah, I feel like you don't know. Yeah. I feel like if you'd had one in the moment, you probably would have done something. But if it was in the vehicle, I don't know if I would have tried to get it.
No.
Oh, if it was in the vehicle, I wouldn't try to get it.
Exactly.
It's up there in the corner.
Well, welcome to the Trailhead, everybody. How we all doing tonight?
Hey!
Yay!
Yay! All right. First things first. What's everybody drinking?
Jack and Ginger. Going with the hard stuff today.
Tonight, nice. I am drinking what's left of our Bullet.
Yes.
Which
one is that?
It's a regular.
Rye?
It's just the regular bourbon.
Okay.
Just straight up.
How long have you been nursing that bottle?
Well, that one went to EJS. It went to Sand Hollow last weekend for Memorial Day. So it's been on a trip. It's got a little bit of experience.
We want to play whose bottle's bigger? So there's my gin.
You have more.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I do have more.
You have
Little-
more.
Drinking too much gin, it feels like you throw up a Christmas tree later on.
Yes. Try not to get to that point. Yeah.
Like, were you
Yeah.
raised on paint thinner? Because I feel like that's the only way that you would enjoy that level of gin
So-
intake.
So Tommy Boy just flashed inside my head when you said paint thinner.
Ah.
What was the
That's
line?
awesome.
In the
Did
early
you-
days of drinking, you took whatever your friends left at your house, and sometimes it was gin.
Oh,
Because
I'm
that's
not.
usually what's left.
I
Gin
make
and
no-
Canada Dry, right?
I make no judgments before
honestly,
21
this was
about
left-
your intake.
This was left from a fundraiser we did, so I did not purchase this on my own. So it was leftover alcohol. It was already open. So
Oh, you don't have to justify your alcoholism to me. You're good.
We had a bottle of Crown for about 10 years. That was like the one.
Do you still have it?
I think we still have it.
I think
but
we still
it's
have
like,
it.
It
Your brother
literally
left it- your
lives in
brother
our
left it
thing,
here.
and it's like that desperation thing. It's like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
we got
When we left
Crown.
Illinois. Yeah. I feel like we had a bottle. We had something. We had more than one bottle that when we left Illinois, and I'm just like, I'm not moving that. It was full when we moved into this house, and 12 years later, it's still full. I'm not moving it again. And somebody took it. I hope it was somebody adult.
hopefully, well, I'm
Hopefully.
not drinking it straight. It is gin and Sprite. So
That's good.
Nice.
So.
I discovered Cutwaters, and
oh boy,
they have their White Russians, and they're quite tasty. So, and I will take all the hate for it that you'll give my way. I don't care. They're really good. All right.
What? So, is that like a wine cooler?
It's kind of.
Oh no, it's just a
creamy.
White Russian. It's just a pre-made White Russian. That's all. So it's
Oh.
just vodka and
I don't
coffee
think that
cream.
warrants hate, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, I think there are purists. They're like, well, you don't mix it yourself. The problem is I only drink once a week when I'm talking to all of you. There's no correlation, I'm sure.
The ingredients will go bad if you don't.
And that's
if you buy
that's
it,
my
you know?
thing. Yeah. So I have fond memories of White Russians and being 22 and on A1A in Fort Lauderdale drinking frozen White Russians. It was nice.
it's a good day.
It's when I still had a liver and I
Oh.
can handle my hangover.
Man, that was before I started drinking gasoline straight from the pump.
You ruined yourself, man. That was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, let's do business. Let me see here. I have too many tabs open, and I want to make sure I get everything down today. So we got. Are you guys ready for this? We got 4 reviews while we were all gone.
Oh wow!
4.
Like I don't know what happened, but y'all stepped up, man. Yeah. So thank you
Don't
very
call it
much.
straight.
Shoot,
No,
if we piss
definitely
someone
not.
off, that'd be good.
So what's our
No.
reviews?
Well, we might have because somebody gave us. I think somebody gave us a 1-star on Spotify because we went down to 4.4.
Sure.
Ooh.
But there's no
the
text,
one
so
I
I don't know
wanna
who it
read.
was.
Oh,
There's no text for it. Yeah, so
Oh.
that's
it's
too bad.
anonymous. That's all right.
So what they
So
actually,
what's-
they
so
actually
what's
get the
the
1
reviews?
star instead of the 4 star, the 5 star. That's really
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, somebody didn't like it. That's all right.
That's
I can deal
okay.
with it. I'm all right with it. Let's see here. So we got. I'll do Al's last. Steve left us one on May 23rd. Fun off-road podcast with an excellent cast. The assistant producer. By the way, our assistant producer gets more shout outs here than I think we
Great.
do as individuals. Fun off-road podcast with an excellent cast. The assistant producer Nathan is the best part. He regularly provides conversation topics and insights. I'm starting to think there might be a plant here.
So
He's not, but I really appreciate him.
Yeah. All right. So, Steve, if you haven't reached out to me already, I assuming your actual name is Steve, reach out to me on Instagram or jd@thetrailheadnetwork.com, and I will get you your stickers and get you entered in the thing. Let's see here.
you could probably use Nathan's address because it's probably his brother.
You can probably, I could probably just send it all to Nathan. I already have his address. Yep. The postal annex already is good to go on him. Yep. All right, cool. The next was off-road excellence. I like that. I like the fact that someone used the word excellence in us in a sentence. I doubt that's going to stay consistent.
I like that name.
Off-road excellence?
Yeah, the excellence of execution.
Right.
Brett, they hitting that
I
heart.
don't know what we're executing.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah. Oh, it's a wrestling reference. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no excellence of execution of what we do.
No. No, definitely not. Definitely not at all. Excellent off-road podcast. I tune in to see what conversation topics Nathan, the assistant producer, has scheduled. When the voicemail segment is later in the podcast, I get worried. All right, I definitely am starting to feel like there's something going on here. So Toddles, I will go ahead and send your stickers to Nathan as well. You can pick them up from wherever that happens to be. Let's see here. And then the last one, Podcast Gold. And here we go again. I don't know how they locked down Nathan as their assistant producer.
Nathan's fine.
But he's killing it. The podcast is both entertaining and educational. A must for anyone interested in off-road. So for those first three, I just got to give you a shout out, Nathan. I feel like you drove those here. So kudos to you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
He's now our executive producer and our marketing agent, correct?
Yeah, it's all...
Sweet.
It's still unpaid, 100% unpaid. So as long as he's good with it, I'm okay with it too. So, all right. The last one, I did this one last because I actually ran into Al a couple weeks ago before I put on the unicorn outfit. And he probably wouldn't have stopped for me if I had it on. So, excuse me. I don't
know. You never know.
I don't know. He seems to be a big fan. So his review was a great cast of hosts that always keeps listeners entertained. Love the semi-unstructured format that kind of feels like a group of friends shooting the breeze around a campfire. Also enjoyed that there's not a corporate sponsorship overtones being constantly shoved down your throat. Grab a drink in your camp chair and have a good time. So Al, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Trying really hard not to be overly commercial or anything like that. And then hopefully we'll have somebody to help pay the bills future, but I'm going to try not to make it like I've heard I think I know what he's talking about, and I'm not going to name names. But it's been like very recently been very down your throat in the amount of advertising you're getting right out of the gate before you even start listening to anything.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a choice. I'm choosing to avoid that and at all costs. So to that end, Al actually reached out to me again at the trailheadnetwork.com and asked me about our Patreon because I haven't really pushed it and I haven't really talked about it too much here. But I would like to welcome Al as our first ever Patreon subscriber.
Oh, my head.
Whoa!
All right, now we really need to do our Mystery Science Theater 3000 of the Fifth
We're there
Element.
for you. We're there for you, Al. I got you, man. Don't you worry. It's coming.
And we'll make Ryan watch it, too.
Yeah, we'll make Ryan watch it. So, I don't know. Ryan might be entertained by it. At the very least, he's going to be entertained by us because I feel like at least 60 minutes in, Pope and I are going to be sloshed, and it's going to to be real interesting.
I'll just make fun of you guys.
100%. Go ahead and do it.
That's good. I'm good with that.
Because, there's going to be a lot of moments. It's going to happen.
There's a couple scenes where you're going to need to cover your eyes, Ryan.
It's adult content only, Brian. Brian. Jesus Christ.
Brian, how many drinks? How's that Russian?
I just half. It went straight to my head though, so I gotta. I drank that way too fast. Ever tell you guys I had gastric bypass 20 years ago?
No.
So
when I was, or you just throwing
that is nope. It is a 100% true statement. When I was 21 years old, I'll bring a picture for next week's show and tell. I was 450 pounds when I was 21 years old, and then I lost 200 pounds, 250-ish pounds, and then it's been good, but it also means I'm a real cheap date, and I drank the first part of that drink a little too fast. There you go. Oh, I spread it around, man.
Spread it around.
I spread it around. I wanted to make sure all the people I knew in my life had have a little taste of it. So, it doesn't really make that much of a material difference these days. But if you get to the third or fourth shot and I'm like, I really can't, like at that point, it's because it's risking like Borat level drunk, and I just can't do it.
10
all right.
years ago.
So
I miss it.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, real quick.
10 years ago.
You can edit this out. Oh my gosh.
This guy.
Edit that out.
We don't edit out. We don't
All
edit.
I
I don't
see
edit
is the main board. Like, I can't
main
see
board
you
of what?
guys. It just says main board. Like, I'm trying to switch it.
We see you.
Guys' face.
We see you. Just go out and come back in again. Yeah, we'll still be here. I swear to God, we're not going to ditch you.
That's a lie.
I don't know how to reset it because you're working on the iPhone, right?
Yeah.
You guys and your Apple devices and your weird shit. Think you was offended by that.
Just leave. Just leave.
Just leave. That's all right. Now he's out of here. I can actually do some business. So that's a reminder to anybody listening. We're going to do the swag pack at 50 reviews. And then I wanted to remind it if somebody's got offering news or if you got an event that you want to promote, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to talk about it on air and give it some air on air. So yeah. Hey, there he is. See?
It still doesn't work.
Really?
No.
I can see you.
I mean, I see you guys, but you guys are little squares at the bottom. I feel like it's a me thing.
It probably is. Well, you can go on Instagram and still get a pretty good idea of us.
No, you can't, because
I'm
you're
just
like
a
half
black
our
screen.
face.
It means I have to actually pay attention.
I'm sorry,
that
man.
sucks.
Well, all right. Well, if you want to subscribe to our Patreon and help us get Ryan a new phone, then do that at thetrailheadnetwork.com.
Just mail me an iPad.
Is it a tax write-off? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Actually,
Donation.
I mean, seriously. But yeah, no, honestly, we're just we're really not looking to make a whole money out of this. We're just trying to be neutral when it comes to, it costs money to host stuff and it costs money to do all this crap and buy shirts and stickers for people and promote, because you got to promote. All right. So
really, we just like getting silly on Monday or Friday night or whenever you happen to listen to this.
Well, that is true.
Gives us a good reason to talk like we would if we were at the end of the trail.
See, again,
I
didn't drink before. I didn't drink on a regular basis, and then I started the show, and here we are. So
there we go.
Again, I'm not saying those things are correlated. I'm also not saying they're not. So yeah. So thanks a lot, Al. Again, appreciate it very, very much. I'll be in touch, and I'll shoot you some stickers and some swag as well. And then, yeah, we're going to have some stuff upcoming where Pope and I talked about doing, kind of our Mystery Science Theater 3000 takeoff, and Lord knows what else we'll think of. And probably something that is obscenity laden, because I don't really want to do that in a podcast format so much. So, Ryan, I'm sure you can think of something.
Yeah, I can figure out.
All right.
I think Ryan knows how to drink whiskey and swear. He's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Now that is correlated.
It is both correlated and causated.
Correlated. Causation and correlation at the same time.
Awesome. All right. That sounds about right. All right. And before we play we have 2 voicemails. But again, I feel like our assistant producer is now taking over the first part of the show, which is okay. But watch it, Nathan. I'm watching you. We're not giving it up.
Voicemails from Nathan, or
what do you think?
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Come on.
God, you're more annoying than a creative voicemail message.
Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beach.
Joe is on a vacation far away.
Yo, 148, 3 to the 3 to the 6 to the 9, representing the ABQ.
Oh, shit. Good morning. Want to start off by saying I hope everyone's having a fun and safe Memorial Day weekend here. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say huge thank you to all the men and women serving and who have served our country, giving us all the rights that we enjoy here. My topic that I have a question here for is, those major repairs are, what you think would be a simple repair on your Jeep that turns into more of a project than you're expected.
My whole life.
To
Everything.
Exhaust on our TJ that we kind of beat up on the trail a little bit. As I started, I realized the muffler is covered by the skid plate. Went to remove that. As I started, I found that 2 of the 6 bolts for the skid plate had already been snapped off prior to me having the vehicle. And in the process of attempting to remove it, I snapped the remaining 2 on the driver's side.
He has a Jeep.
Then only to discover that, hey, the skid plates on the TJ isn't just a skid plate, it is the transmission cross member. So that was a fun project. Drilling bolts out of the frame there, which inevitably ended up not working. Even getting them glowing with the torch, they refused to come out. So ended up having to grind the nut certs off and punch them out, and then ended up bolting through the frame to get the skid plate to be able to mount back up there onto the vehicle. But while I was in there, I replaced the transmission mount and then got that exhaust back on. So what I thought was going to be, 2-hour quick exhaust project turned into a 2-day
normal day.
Lots of trips back and forth to the hardware store type of deal. But she's back on the road and good to go. So just curious if any of you guys had, oh, this will be quick, I'll knock this out, and then only for it to turn into a massive repair project. Have a good one. Thanks.
That sounds like every project we've ever had. So it sounds like he owns a Jeep.
Yeah. I was going to say the quick answer is I've never faced that. Every project that I start goes smoothly. Every bolt comes out. Every nut goes in correctly.
You've never had a problem with the nut cert once in your life?
No, I think Ryan's also saying that he's a pathological liar.
Yes.
Man.
Every nut cert just goes in with ease, and then the bolt just goes in. There's no
the nut cert doesn't spin.
Nothing.
You don't have to weld it anyway.
I don't have 2 body mounts because.
So you just left it like your horn. I don't need that. I don't need those. Yeah, it's no big deal. It's just a safety bolt. Mm-hmm.
There's 4 others. We're good.
Remind me never to get in your vehicle, just so you know.
It'll hold together. We'll be fine.
It'll hold. He says. All right. I don't believe you for 1 minute.
I think my worst one was an oxygen sensor. I did it on a weekday. I was like, well, I just told my wife, hey, I'm gonna go replace at least the upper 2, and then I'm gonna just do those 2 tonight, and I'll do the lower 2 tomorrow night. And God knows the first one I couldn't bust loose. And and I spent an hour on that one, and then it was like, okay, well, I'm just going to try the other one. Of course, that one took about 10 minutes. And then I was like, well, okay, I'll try the other 2 the next night. And I got those squared away. 4 days later, after a hacksaw, tremendous amounts of WD-40, I torched it. Finally, I got a nut buster on it, and I cut it.
That sounds like some of my college experiences.
Yeah. I took the oxygen sensor, cut it in half so I could put the nut buster on it, and finally broke it loose. 4 days later. So, yes, that happens all the time.
I feel like I was scared straight with my dad. Like, I watched him do that. I had a 1990 Sunbird, was like my first car. And I remember watching him try to get a bolt off of it, and then he had to heat it and just heats. It was so many curse words, so many curses, so much obscenity. And like, I have always had a healthy respect for people who work on vehicles. And Pope, I don't know how you feel about it, but I've definitely reached the age where I will gladly pay someone to not put up with that frustration now.
Absolutely. So the longest project that didn't go the way it was supposed to recently, we were putting the new bumper on the front of the Misfit.
And we've put a million bumpers on.
We put a million bumpers on. State bolts. Something. But for some reason, whether it was my frame is tweaked or something got welded crooked at the Moto Dome, I don't know, right? But the damn thing wouldn't fit. We put the old bumper back on. It fits perfectly. we had 3 different other bumpers, 2 stock bumpers, a Go Rhino aftermarket bumper, and the one that came with it. All of them went on, but the Motobilt one wouldn't go on. And I'm like, you know, we were up for like
we put on
fucking
a lot of Motobilt bumpers. Like it was just that bumper that day.
Yeah, that day.
And
wouldn't fit.
We stop like we do 2 projects a year. That's our rule. We do 2 projects a year to remember why we don't do projects.
Like how far was
why
the?
are we paying somebody to do this? Like why are we paying somebody to do this? We talk ourselves into it. We're like, it's just the seats. It's gonna be no big deal. And then 4 fucking days later, and 700 trips to like the hardware store, and I could have paid somebody to do it for cheaper than it cost me to buy all these goddamn tools that I'm not gonna be able to find when I have my next project.
That's the other thing.
Pretty much it.
I was gonna say I had the same issue even Friday. So I did my upper oil seal pan was leaking, and it was just a project that needed to be done. And I had a meeting Friday morning, and my wife was like, "Hey, what are you gonna do the rest of the day?" And I was like, "Well, I really need that oil pan seal fixed, but I don't want to start it because I don't know if I'll be able to finish it." And that's a big deal. And so, praise God, I got a good buddy who's a heavy machine mechanic, and I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing this afternoon?" Because at least I can go over to his house and know that it's going to get put back together
before you get back.
Yeah,
right.
Like inevitably, we
it's
don't have the
done
tools
that day.
Yeah,
That's my deal. I told my wife coming home. I was coming home at noon, and I was like, if I start on it at 2, you know, there's no guarantee I'm going to be done by midnight.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but if I go to his house, I can be done by 7. You know?
Is it the help or is it the fear of God for leaving another person's house overnight?
No, it really was the help. Like, it's just I think it's having the tools. It's because you know, he's got an air compressor on his truck and everything, a welder and everything, crane and everything else. So it's like, hey, you know, we need to brush the pan just to clean off all the putty and all that. It's easy to do. If I had to do it here in my garage, you know, I'm spending an hour doing a 5-minute project, you know.
Right.
So
gotcha.
And that's kind of us as it's
the right tool for the job is really what it comes down to. And there are so many tools out there for everything that you. That's why we hire mechanics, because they have all the tools.
Because they spend the thousands of dollars on those tools.
Yep.
And so yeah, it was.
And most of us have Home Depot or Lowe's tools that just aren't up to snuff when it comes to needing to do stuff with them.
It's just those specialty tools, right? It's that $45 or $70 tool that does this one specific bolt that goes, 6 inches in and 3 inches to the left and then shanks up to the left. It's like the magic bullet from the JFK assassination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The problem is I could sit on this topic forever because I won't tell you about the time I had to tap out a beadlock bolt and went too deep.
That sounds like we just found a topic for a whole show, though.
That
failed
was fun.
Installs.
Yeah, nothing like pulling out the drill and having air blow at your face. That was fun.
Well, this is why we should have Josh on here, because when we did the seats, he told us how to do it, and he's like, "You guys got this. It's like no big deal." And then he saw my seat, and he's like, "Well, let me see." And he looked at it, and he goes, "That one's done wrong." And I'm like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Well, we did the other one different." And he goes over and he goes, "Yep, that one's done wrong too." Both of them were wrong. I'm like, "But they're in and they're stable."
They're in. That's all that matters. They're in. They're gonna work. I don't care.
They're stuck there. Yeah.
Yeah. If they're
this is a topic. This is a topic I can sit on all day long. So I'll give you one last story. I was working at a shop, and a guy brought in a 92, 93 short bed Chevy single cab. And he's like, "Hey, I want a 6-inch lift on it." Great, no problem. We ordered the lift from Super Lift. We got it. I started installing it. Of course, put the rear on first. No problem. Went to put on the front, did all the drop members, and then went to do the rear cross member that was behind the diff. and it just wouldn't fit. And I was like, I was grinding the diff, and I'm like, this is not correct.
This is not
no
right.
way I should be taking a grinder to anything to get this cross member in. I literally called Superlift and I said, I need you to measure the distance between your two eyelets on your rear cross member. And I gave him the measurement. And he's like, yep, that's it. I'm like, no, it is not it. 4 days later, after having this conversation about 3 or 4 times, he finally said to me, let me go out to the parking lot and measure one on a truck. And he came back and called me back about 20 minutes later and said, that's not the right measurement. I was like, no kidding. Because 4 days later, I've been trying to get this thing to fit in a hole that it doesn't belong. And he's like, nope, our machine mismeasured them, whatever it was, and we'll send you a new one 4 days later.
Nice.
I was like, I cannot be the first person to figure this out. Like,
Right.
you guys knew this was happening. Come on.
I mean, do you think it was just cheaper to send the part?
I have no idea. But one cross member. It was the last cross member to go in before you just put the tires
of course,
back on.
and it was exactly, and it was the last bolt. It was the last bolt. That's when
4 days later. Yeah.
Yeah, the bumper are my taillights. Like, it was the last bolt, and Pope came around, and I'm like, oh, here. And he goes to turn on the camera. And I'm like, don't record it because then it won't work. And then I went to go drill in the bolt, and I literally stripped the nutsert, pulled the fucker. It took us, so we were almost done. And almost done was almost 6 hours later, 2 nutserts and like all this kind of crazy stuff. It was like the worst day of my life. Like, it was literally the last bolt, and he was taking a video just to like document it, and he like made it so that all of a sudden nothing worked.
Jinxed it, man.
Yeah.
That's why we don't do install videos anymore.
Oh, we don't do install videos. I won't even turn on the camera or it's going to explode. The whole thing is not going to work.
Like if you're a sponsor, you don't want me swearing at your product. So
and you don't want to see what we do to it. You don't want to see what we do to it. Like, it's like best for us to like send it to our shop.
Right. You'll need emotional
I feel like if I ever do that with anybody, I feel like yeah. I went to install like the Metal Cloak makes a mounting bracket for the dual air compressor, the ARB dual air compressor. Right. And it sounds simple, right? It's like 3 bolts, 4 bolts max, I think. And they're all in weird places, but it's all supposed to work together and it's all very solid, right? And so I'm like, oh, no problem. Takes an hour max, right? I must have spent 4 hours and then slept on it and then finished it the next day. There's this one bolt that you have to loosen that's on the master cylinder in the back, and then you got to squeeze this thing in and then tighten it in, but there's no room to get in there to do it. And I'm 6'6", and I have these giant meaty arms. I can't get in there. Even if it's a JK, it's got too many electronics in it. So yeah, I don't do that shit no more. And I got to take that air compressor out, and I'm dreading it. So, because to ARB's benefit or to credit, I contacted them because mine was having an issue, and they are having me send it to them. They're going to take a look at it to get it fixed. So, thanks, guys. So,
Every great project starts with all you have to do, or all it is just the word "just" will kill a project in a second.
Yeah, I'm also trying to learn how to not believe YouTube because it's a newer phenomenon. And so, like, my instincts, they must know what they're talking about. They posted a YouTube video. Not necessarily true. So
no, they might be someone just like me.
And they edited out the 50 takes it took to get that one bolt.
Oh, we're not good at that.
No, sir.
By the way,
JD's muted, I think.
No, boy.
Oh, I muted myself because I had the ice up. Thank you very much, Nathan. We appreciate your unpaid.
We can never have Nathan on the show.
Why?
I think he's.
I think he would lose his luster if we.
I know
think there's
he's
some
kind
mystery,
of like
right?
he's like the Wizard of Oz, like just the guy that calls in.
He's the man
Okay,
behind
cool.
the curtain.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
It's not
Nathan.
about
You've talked yourself out of appearing in the show, buddy.
Yeah, I think he needs to script every voicemail that he makes, and just that's how we.
So what
leave the
I'll
show
do
up.
is, if he ever comes on the show, we'll have him appear on camera, but in like silhouette.
gosh,
So like
silhouette or pixelated.
or pixelate him so you can't see.
Yes, we cannot know.
We could do that. We could do that. That's hilarious. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let's get to our other voicemail, which is very. I'm 100% sure that it is not Nathan.
Oh, good.
Right? Can't be. It's not like he would leave us.
Missed y'all last week. Hope you had a fun holiday there. Coming out another productive weekend with the Jeeps. Got the power steering pressure sensor swapped out on the TJ. It started acting up, throwing a check engine light. And finally got around to throwing my bed rails in the bed here on the Gladiator. Had them sitting around the house for quite a while. Just never took the time to install them. So that was productive, to say the least. Now I just got to do some packing before we head up to Butler, PA here later this week for the Bantam Jeep Heritage Festival. Something we do every year. It's always a good time with the family there, so we're all excited for that. Just calling to see if you guys have anything going on, any events coming up. Can't wait to hear the podcast.
All right. Well, so here's what I love about that. In one message, I'm going to work on the TJ. And then in the next message, so I got an engine light after working on the TJ. I feel like that was like a full circle in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Well, it's because we were off for a week, so he had an extra. That's why we had two.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
they
It's
call
just
once a
the
week.
time warp
Yeah.
that happened in that moment was
perfect.
fantastic for me. Yeah.
I mean, the segue into fixing one problem and then test driving it and having another problem pop up is
That's a total.
So that happened to me several months ago. I put the hydro steer on. I blew my power steering pump, put the hydro steer on. It was great, fabulous. Took it down the road. I put it in park to put it in 4-wheel drive to see the pressure of the tires moving right to left. The little plastic thing in the shifter broke. The little knob on the shifter broke, so I couldn't. The shifter went dead. So there I am in the middle of nowhere, like with no shifter. I'm like, great. Praise God for zip ties. So
that's kind of like your.
Oh my God, it is.
It is. It's
So while the first time we're out wheeling the Misfit, after the motor swap, I'm trying all these different things to try to figure out how to deal with the motor pushing through
we
the
haven't
brake.
even talked about.
We haven't really even talked about that. Yeah.
No.
So the 392 with the Rubicon transfer case is a lot of power, and it is more than the brakes that come with the Dan Ultimate 60s can handle when you're going down a hill.
What are the brakes?
I'm not exactly sure.
It just kind of pushes through the brake.
But it's basically kind of like what's on a Super Duty, or like a Super Duty. I would say like a Dodge Ram
There's still
2-ton
single
truck.
cylinder brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're truck brakes, basically.
Yeah.
And so you're having a hard time. They're bigger. It's bigger than the stock brakes, but you still have the factory master cylinder. So anyway, so I'm going down the first obstacle, and everyone's like, slow. I'm like, I can't get any slower. I got the pedal to the floor. This is all the slow I got. So I'm like pulling the e-brake, doing all this shit, and I can't get it to stop. The first obstacle's fine. Then later on, I finally figure out, like, okay, I can be in neutral and it won't be a problem. I can be in second or third. But yeah, we don't ever want to be. Yeah, we saw an example of that just a couple days later. Someone was in neutral and they needed to gas out, and they had to figure out how to get their shit in gear to while they were
like real fast. I'm assuming.
They knew. Well,
yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
Aqua Jeep guy posted it, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so this was there was a scary thing. So I'm like, okay, so I start asking around some of my buggy friends who also have like all these different cool setups, and they're like, oh, if that happens to me all the time, basically what I need to do for it is just go down in second or third instead of going down in first. And so second or third ended up being my go-to. The only challenge is if you're already in that spot, then you gotta shift into drive, and it wants to be in first, and then you gotta hurry up and whip it over into third or second. So you have that jolt anyway, but it's easier as long as you're already stopped. It's not as bad as if you were kind of coasting down the hill.
You still have paddle shifters on the Gladiator or no?
I don't have the thumb shifters, but it does have the ability the slapstick thing. You can push it up and down. So
the only thing I would say, I know in the JK I had to get, I didn't have to, but in order to make the slapstick work a little better for me, I needed to get a taller shifter, because the one was too low for me to really use effectively. But as soon as I kind of got it up more in line with where my natural position for my arm was, it was a lot easier to use it, at least when I needed to pay attention to it.
That makes sense. Yeah, what were we
down by the end? But it was because he was using the e-brake on some of the really steep stuff.
So yeah, initially I was using the e-brake, and I pulled the damn handle of the e-brake up, but I didn't realize it. So I'm like, can't get my truck's e-brake to go down. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I can't push the button to get it to go down. I'm trying everything. I'm wiggling it and jiggling it.
We're like shaking on Googling how to get like the shifter, like, and all this kind of stuff. And Josh comes over and he goes, you slide that plastic thing down, and he goes, toot, and he goes, boop, and it goes, boop.
Went right back in.
It was just the slider had come out. Me and him are having like a 15-minute like come apart in the car while everybody's doing the Wall of Doom. We're like, they're over there like.
Yeah, I skipped the Wall of Doom because my emergency brake wouldn't come on. And I'm trying to get Josh to come look at it, and he's in the middle of doing the Wall of Doom.
Doing the Wall of Doom, and he's like, hey, Josh, come help me. And he's like, hey, so I'm about to do
but it's a dumb, stupid thing. Like, the handle just slid forward just enough to where I couldn't push the button down far enough to release it.
It was so stupid. It was one of those stupid.
And I'll be damned if it hasn't been in that position probably on its way for a minute.
So I've had a situation where since I replaced the dash, it changes some of the safety features for when you can turn the engine on and off and that kind of jazz. And so some of the alarms go away too. And there has been at least once where I thought I'd put it in park and then went to go start it. And I'm like, why the hell won't it start? Like I'm only reading 12 volts. What the hell's going on here? Just fiddle with it for 30 minutes only to find out it wasn't really in park, which is why it wouldn't turn over. It wouldn't start because it wasn't, I needed to shift the damn thing into park properly. Yeah. So yeah,
I hate it when
if you got that aftermarket, be careful.
Moment. Yeah, it was just one of those stupid. When you were saying something was broken, and it just was like kind of. Anyway, it just made me laugh with the brake thing this week.
Yeah, that's funny. You guys talk about remote starts and all that other fancy push button stuff. I keep taking stuff out of my Jeep that you said fancy. I pulled both my ABS sensors out because I can't get a wheel speed sensor to read properly. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm just taking out the fuses for the ABS, and the DOS is going to light up like a Christmas tree, but I don't have to worry about it anymore.
It'll be whatever.
That's like, see, when I do an engine, I'm not going to do the fancy engine. I just want an LS, and I want to pull all of the computers out and just have an LS and then just go. I don't want any more computer shit. Like, I'm done with like dealing with computer shit. Like, completely done with it. So I have to have AC though. I have to have AC, and then I don't need any of the other fancy stuff. That's it.
Yeah, I have a video for later. We're gonna do a new segment called "This Week in Fail," where we highlight the stuff that Alyssa keeps sending us, and nice, and things like opening the show with the fire. If we hadn't opened the show with the fire, I probably would have included with it. But honestly, though, seriously, to that guy, man, I have nothing but sympathy. I can't with it.
Oh, all right. Nathan asked us about events.
Yeah. So funny story that he should mention that. So I met, and there's a correlation, Ryan, because I ran into the guy from that local place here that does the shocks, the shock rehab here in Castle Rock.
Yeah.
He was absolutely dumbfounded that you had to drive to Atlanta to get your shocks worked on. So, and he would like to remind you that they take shocks by mail. So,
yeah,
so you know.
but you know what shipping was for those things to send them?
I could only
anywhere?
imagine.
How much? It was more than driving to Atlanta. It was like 60, $70 to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking the minivan to Atlanta and spending $30 in gas.
All right, fair enough. I'll give that to you.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only events I had was that's like we.
You can tell them welcome to the East Coast. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We're doing, by the time this airs, we're doing Vernal Rock Rally.
All right.
Sweet.
And then the next event
because that's what starts this Friday.
Yeah, it starts Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, everyone's getting in on Wednesday.
Okay, so if you're driving there on Thursday morning and listening to this show, go say hi to them.
Yeah, go say hi.
Pope and Randy will have stickers, right? Pope and Randy.
Go find Misfit.
Yeah, find Misfit. Jim won't be there.
Doesn't get to be there.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. See my face? I'm okay with it.
Your face and your voice tell me that you are indeed okay with it. I need this.
Okay with it.
This is why you need to do the
okay
video because there's air quotes here.
Yeah, I feel like this is, honey, how you doing? I'm fine. Moment.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am.
Yep.
Sweet. That's awesome.
I'm going to be passenger princess again.
Mm-hmm. She loved that so much last time.
I'm so excited.
I mean, there is that. You may as well take it in while you can do it, right?
Yeah, we should totally be in the same vehicle all the time.
You guys were for so long, and you were like, we love it. And then you got back out of the same vehicles, and you're like, we're never going
And then you're
back.
like, oh, yeah, this is what it's like to be in our own vehicles again. We should do this shit. Yeah, exactly.
We've been in the same vehicle for like 7 or 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we like being on the trail together. Like, I like having him in his Jeep with me in my Jeep. And we, like, get to, like, share. Like, he does the obstacle, and then I do the obstacle, and we talk about it. And, like, I don't know. I'm just really done.
And then you can shove him back into his Jeep and not listen to him
and
anymore.
then, like, especially when he's, like, being annoying, I just put him back in Misfit and just, like, drive for a minute.
And
then we get out at the next obstacle, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I love you.
I like you again. Yeah, I had a little time to remember why, a little time apart from you. Yeah, I get that. And that also might be a thing with for folks with kids too, Randy.
No, we really like sharing it, and I'm just like, it's just been a really long time. We're ready.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice when there's a sprinkle in of one of us, like, not driving.
Every once in a while, it's nice but it's been.
You guys had a lot of stuff kind of hit at one time. Yeah,
we've had a lot, and I'm done. Like, I'm going to start throwing things. But my title, because Jem was totaled. I don't know if we've ever talked about it on here, but she was basically totaled. And everything's working out. We've bought her back everything. We're just waiting for the title. And if she's not legal, like, we were supposed to get the title, like, last week. So, but until we get the title, we can't insure her. So she's not legal, so we can't take her out. So it's just kind of sad.
The joy about that is liability and trailer princess right there.
Yeah, and that's exactly
right
what she's
exactly.
Yeah.
Go on, like, online, and I can go boop, 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 and they're like, okay, here you shoot.
Yeah, she just has to get that rebuilt title certified.
Done, and it didn't come fast enough for us to be able to do all the things. Like, she would be ready, and Impulse Off-Road is, like, just a really cool shout out to, like, Impulse and all the people. I mean, like, they ship and, like, Motobuilt, who, like, sent out my cage so fast. Like, everybody was waiting for this to happen, and it was supposed to. But now, like, the title thing's kind of like, no.
It's always
paper. It sad.
Sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But
it's
everybody
all right.
will get to see the Rainbow Princess later.
Well, and once you get it, you'll get it, right?
Hotness Express. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's going to be dialed because she just sits over there and Chance just keeps going, okay, let's fix this now.
There is the boredom factor, right? Like, well, look at that. That doesn't look right, does it, guys?
I think he's sick of looking at her.
Yep.
So with
I'm sure there's that too.
Are you guys going to cut off? You have your A-pillars cut off or no?
Yeah, we did. We cut those off.
I thought you did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to see it installed. Should be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited. I'm like done with all of the things. I'm done with like doing it. I just want to ride together. But I'm really excited to go back to Vernal with all of our friends because Vernal Rock Rally is like my very favorite event because it's kind of small. And we have a lot of friends coming that's never been to it before, and I'm excited to like show them some of my very favorite trails, and I can videotape them because I won't be driving.
So, for those who have never been, what is Vernal Rock Rally?
Here's your Blue Ribbon Coalition and Land Use update for the week of June 3rd, 2024.
Dateline Utah. Recently, we've seen extremists taking dangerous and illegal measures to enforce the 317 miles of trail closures in Utah's Labyrinth Rims area. Barbed wire has been strung across cattle guards, posing severe hazards for unsuspecting off-roaders. The Bureau of Land Management has denied any involvement in these closure methods. Meanwhile, the Blue Ribbon Coalition has essentially issued an I told you so, having previously sought an injunction to prevent such closures. They argued that it would have cost the court nothing to keep these long-established trails open during the legal battle. Now, users are being placed in a perilous situation due to these reckless actions. This brings us to the next crucial dates in the legal challenges for Moab. On July 23rd, the Blue Ribbon Coalition will file its opening brief, followed by the federal defendant's response on August the 30th. Dateline Utah. The Bureau of Land Management has opened a public comment period for the preliminary maps and alternatives for the Henry Mountain and Fremont Gorge planning area in central Utah. This is one of the state's largest, most remote, and rugged planning areas. These routes provide access for dispersed camping, off-highway vehicles, single-track, hunting, and numerous organized events, offering a chance to experience the solitude and beauty of this area. The public comment period will close on June 10th, 2024, so time is of the essence. The BRC needs everyone's participation in reviewing the interactive map on their website. Check for any trails proposed for closure that you currently use and love, or trails you hope to explore in the future. It's crucial to note that Alternative B proposes closing the most routes, but all alternatives threaten to close too many. If you know of any defining features that these routes lead to, please include them in your comments. Start by adding trail-specific remarks at the beginning of the pre-written letter generated when you enter the information on the BRC's website. You can also submit route-specific information to the Utah Public Lands Alliance Trail Saver to ensure the recreation community creates a substantial record for this plan. And keep in mind, Pope and Randy, and Ryan, this goes for you too. I follow the radio rules here. I assume that not everybody has listened to all of us going on for hours.
Sure.
So even if you think you've said it before, go ahead and say it again.
So Vernal Rock Rally is a rock crawling event for Jeeps and buggies and other vehicles like that. I don't think side-by-sides are included.
I think they pretty much...
But buggies are. Yeah. So... But anyway, so it's in Vernal, Utah, and it's kind of an untapped area in terms of trails. The trails, Randy likes to get him to be quiet, please. So the trails are kind of new. They don't get beat up on like the trails in Vernal do. So, in Moab, they don't get beat up like the trails in Moab do. So Randy describes them as feral. A lot of the times, the trail. The rock is shale and be breaking underneath your tires, or some of the times the trail isn't as well groomed as some of the stuff you see in Moab because there's not going to be
a great time, and it's a small event, and There's a lot of really cool there's all the locals out there are just rad, and they like want to show you their favorite places. But it's cool because it goes from everything from like dense forest to like sandy, like rock sand, and like sandstone like you'd see in Moab, or there's like also sandstone that's white that doesn't have a lot of iron, so it's like more white areas. And then all of a sudden you'll come into like purples and greens in the stone, and then you have like areas that are reds and oranges and yellows. And then you turn a corner and there's a 50-foot sequoia. It's like the weirdest place. There's like a million different things. And there's like shell too. So and it's just like every single area you're in is different.
And I'll tell you this: the 7 and 8.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the 7 and 8 trails on this for this event, they sell out fast. Almost like we told our friends, you need to be logged into their website at midnight. Because if you're not, because if you wait till 12:45 to sign up for your trail, you're gonna not have the one that you want.
Well, if you wait till the morning.
Yeah. And so basically we told everybody to get signed in, and we all got signed up so that we were all together. But it's really just, it's not a very large event, so they can't have a ton of Jeeps like they can at EJS. They don't put 50 Jeeps on the trail. It's like 25 or 30.
Yeah.
But they've been doing multiple rounds now, so they'll have the trail go take off twice a day. And these are fun trails. Sand Dunes Gulch is one of my favorite trails. I would say Doc's Beach is going to be one of my very favorites now that I got a little more throttle that I can play with.
Oh, very cool.
Well, Doc's Beach is like gorgeous. It has like, it's like in this really cool gully, and there's like caves and I don't know. It's just a really unique area that's really, really fun. It's one of my favorites.
The Red Mountain Trail is really, really beautiful. It makes you feel like you're kind of driving through one spot. You're in the desert. Next thing you know, you're in the Rubicon. Next thing you know, you're in like pine trees, like the Alpines, type of an environment. It's really pretty, really scenic. And
I'm on my phone, so I don't have Google Maps, so I can't just punch through and sound like I'm smart.
Oh, no, I was sharing it, so I had pictures of it, but go ahead.
Well, Vernal is northeast, right? Corner?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Colorado,
northeast
Wyoming.
corner.
It's the dinosaur town.
Yep, exactly, yes.
Quarry that's there, and they have full dinosaurs in the rock, and it's like way cool.
So I've driven through Vernal once, and we were going over to Jackson Hole from Colorado. And the pass going up towards Wyoming was epic. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. And of course, we were going in the winter time to go see a snowmobile event, but it was. I can't imagine what it's like in the summer.
I heard a lot of people that the first time they had ever been there, when they were there, they're like, it's almost like Moab and Rubicon had a baby.
Yeah, because there's a huge dam. There's a huge dam north of there,
there's
right?
water and there's lakes and there's rivers and
yeah. Beautiful country.
It's way, way cool.
All right.
Very cool.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out. I don't think any of these trails are showing up on Trails Off Road, which makes it all the more intriguing to me. So,
I'll
take a look at it.
You would love that area. Like, there's trails out there that you would just Anderson's Creek. You would just
get lost on for a while.
It's
Anderson Creek is right up your alley.
Red Mountain, totally up
Red
your
Mountain
alley.
is up your alley.
Yeah, there's lots of area. Like, the cool thing up there is there's a few hard trails. And then the rest of the trails are like anything from like a 3 or a 4 or 5 kind of area.
Which is kind of what you get in Utah when you start getting away from the real, like, quote unquote, popular stuff, right? It's kind of a lot of more average that most people like to admit.
Totally.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm game for that. That looks right up my alley. All right, I'll have to check it out.
And it's a fairly cheap event, probably part of the reason why it sells out so fast.
And what's small for, like, you guys are saying 30 to 40 rigs per vehicle. Like, what do you think? It's a few hundred?
It's probably like, I don't have no idea.
I think it's probably less than 1,000.
It's less than 1,000 for sure. And
that's a good number, though. Yeah.
It's in the, like, I think the first year we went, there was like 300 to 500 maybe or something. And then
last year we showed up on 40s with our Jeeps, and we felt like we were the biggest Jeeps in the whole event.
Most people there are like held together with zip ties and duct tape. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah,
they're like my favorite kind of people.
We're bringing in some of our Instagram friends. We're going to be the all obnoxious giant tire group.
I hate it.
I was gonna say you can still be held together by duct tape and zip ties and still run 40s.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, I was just checking.
But
shout out right here.
One of the guys, these guys, no holds barred. They have like the craziest rigs and they have the funnest geometry and they mess around with all that kind of stuff. But one of the guys like broke like one of his links came off and he just welded it to his axle.
Front control arm.
Totally broke and he just welded it back together.
He made a 3-link that was permanently welded.
3-link and wheeled with 3 tires. He like kicked it a few times and was like, all right, let's go. I mean, those are the kind of people you're going to hang out with in Vernal. They're like my favorite
awesome.
humans. Like, it's like one of my favorite. They just think that we're totally crazy for having these nice Jeeps. They're like, you're stupid for doing this stuff. I think we're absolutely insane, but they love to put our stuff on crap. They're like, oh, you can do that. And like, I'm like, well, have you ever done it? Like, and then all of a sudden our friends are doing it. And I'm like, so have you ever done it? And he's like, hell no, I'm not that stupid. But he'll send you up it. He's hilarious.
That's awesome.
No, good people, good people. I love it. No, they're, it's a good event.
Cool. Are you, Ryan, is there anything going on about you?
There's I was just thinking Gulch's has a bouncer event, the 13th and 14th. So that'll be a blast to go watch that. I mean, just watching bouncers full V8, full throttle, climb anything is epic. It shakes your whole body. But I guess the biggest one coming up is in August. There's the Jeep Invasion. We'll go spend a day at the show with that, and then we'll go to Windrock for several days. So that'll be nice. That'll be good. We'll tear that up. And then the only other one really right now on the calendar for us is October, which is Myrtle Beach, which is pretty much drive around on pavement. Obviously, it's kind of like the mini Daytona. So,
all right. Hey, whatever.
There's a lot of flashy Jeeps out there at the Myrtle Beach event.
Oh, of course there is.
Awesome.
Of course.
I feel like it's all flashy Jeeps, at least until they get salt rusted, and then they're good to go, right?
Yeah. Our Jeeps are like Jeep Beach meets Moab. That's what we try to
do.
That's
there's a little bit of rock rash, but I still take it to the car wash. I mean, come on. I'm respectable.
I'm not even going to fix Jem's hood. I'm just going to leave the sticker on there and just call it. I'm over it. I'm like so sick. Huh?
Amen. Leave it.
I'm just leaving the Band-Aid over the top of it. Probably throw some is that aluminum or is it steel?
It's steel.
Oh, I should probably throw some clear coat on it so at least it doesn't rust.
Very, very, very thin steel. You'd think it was aluminum.
I think steel, I'll just tell, I bet.
Only because you're going to have it exposed so much.
Oh, yeah. No, it needs to be painted. I just have to wait until I get it back to be able to do that. I might throw some clear coat on it.
North or Southern Illinois. And every time I lay underneath it, I'm like,
you
get
that iron treatment that goes right into your eyeball socket. Yeah. That's the best way to get it into your system, is to have it both oxidized and through the eyeball.
He's injected directly into your eye.
The other day, and lo and behold, I was down there looking at a wheel speed sensor and poked something, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's not dirt."
Okay, so when it comes to maintenancing my Jeep, that is one thing I have no problem doing is going underneath and touching up all my rust and stuff. I'm cool with going and cleaning that stuff up and spray painting it. I take a rattle can to my Jeep to at least once a month.
Yeah. I wash my Jeep mostly because if I'm going out to do a trail mapping of any kind, I firmly believe that my Jeep should reflect the level of dirt that particular trail has gotten me into. So if it starts clean. Every trail guide starts clean. But if you get to waypoint 10 and it's covered in mud, you should make that mental connection that there's a problem there.
It's a problem.
Yeah. So for me, there's two things about that. That's actually a great segment. I wanted to see if I could, is that in here someplace or did I accidentally delete that message? I did delete that. Oh well. And then no, I didn't. Here we go. Let's play this real quick. So the Jeep Jamboree guy, Pope and I talked with him. Pope, when are you guys going to Jeepers Jamboree? Because you can talk about that because they're locked up now.
We're going. Oh yeah, they are locked up. We're going to Jeepers Jamboree.
Right.
So yeah, not very many of our friends are coming. Just a couple. And we're going to meet a bunch of new people there. It's going to be a blast.
I'm really excited. Like, I was kind of like, we threw it at our friends, and like, a lot of them have kids. So, like, that was hard because you can't bring your kids. Mm-hmm. It's like 16 and older. And so then that was hard for them. And then, I don't know. It's going to be really fun. It's just going to be, when we first started doing this, we just threw ourselves at an event and we'd be like, ooh, I want to go on a trail with that guy.
Yep.
And we'd pick a guide and then just sign up for the trail. And then whoever was on the trail became some of our best friends.
Yeah.
And it's funny because now we tend to hang out with like groups when we go to events. So I'm really kind of excited to just go and like hang out with a bunch of people that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or people that I've seen at other events that like I don't know is coming. I'm really excited for those people too. I want everybody to come say hi to us. If you're at Jeepers Jamboree, you better come say hi to us. Like we're bringing a lake sofa. I'm ready for the lake sofa. It's like an 8-person donut with 2 coolers on each side, so we can like just because we did the 4 days, so we can have 1 lake day where we can just like sit on the lake, and that's the plan for that day. And then the rest of the time that
will be the day we get canceled, I'm pretty sure.
No. The lake, so there won't be any cameras, hopefully.
Hopefully, she says. That's awesome.
Yeah, Jeepers Jamboree, it's at the end of July. This is the one that Light Bright posts on their YouTube that they've gone to a couple of times.
Posted a few times, and it looks fun.
It looks like a blast.
It's always looked fun. I'm like so ready to go play. But I'm ready to go wheel. I've never done Rubicon, and I'm so excited to do it.
We're excited to wheel outside of Utah.
Yeah, so excited.
I could see that.
Been to Nevada one time. I took Misfit to Southern Nevada and wheeled in that area. It was a blast. But I am so excited to go to California and see the Rubicon. We wanted to try to add more shit to it while we were there, but it just isn't going to work out. But Rubicon will be plenty. Maybe 4 days.
Yeah, you don't always want to try to like dump into it either and make it more difficult or more complex of a trip than you need to be.
Right, and I really want to see how difficult this stuff on the Rubicon really is. I know that I have an overbuilt rig, so it might be cheating a little, but I do still want to kind of gauge it for myself and see what it is.
Like, the thing is all I've ever heard is it's rock gardens, and rock gardens have like the biggest place in my heart. So I'm super excited. I like to see a bunch of boulders and go, I want to put my tire there and there and there and there. You know what I mean? Like, so I am, and like a big enough rock garden that I should be able to get through it. So I don't have like people spotting me and I have to like think a little harder. I don't know. I just want to like go shut my brain off and put my tire on rocks. I'm so excited. That's all I need. And
that's awesome.
All I hear is that it's like a giant boulder garden and it's for days, and I can't wait for like 3 days of boulder gardens. That's what I'm excited about.
Even my friends that have just gone and camped and did the Rubicon experience by themselves, they loved it.
Sorry. I'm sorry, go ahead, Pope.
I was going to say, my friends that have gone out to do the Rubicon just by themselves without being part of an event, they actually really thoroughly enjoyed it. They said it was the best jeeping experience of their life, spending the 3 days out there on the Rubicon.
Have you done Rubicon? Any of you? Either of you?
No,
I have not. List. It is very much a bucket list, and
it's one for us too. For sure. So we're going to get it off the list this year. We'll report back.
The pine trees and the rock gardens. Like, it sounds like my heaven. I am just like so excited to like play.
What I think we should do is I think I should reach out to Jimmy at the Snail Trail Podcast, because they live there. Like, it's right there for them. And we should do a show. They've recorded a show there. We should record a show on the Rubicon.
Are those Toyota people?
Yeah, but we're gonna bash them later, so don't feel bad. Not Jimmy, not Jimmy and the Snail Trail guys, just Toyotas in general.
Oh,
It wasn't intentional, Randy. It worked out that way. It was the clips I got sent to me. Sorry. I wanted to use. I was having trouble playing that. I'm sorry, Pope. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But I had a clip from the show from that show. I wanted to see if I could get that to play.
I was in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania driving a Jeep Cherokee Classic. It was white, and I was with a automotive journalist, and we were in the middle of the woods, and we're in the stream bed, and we had to climb up out of the stream bed between two trees, and I'm like, there's no way this thing is going up this thing. And we shot through there, and I remember thinking, like, this is cool. And then the next thing I remember that was really cool was driving to the gas station and like having mud all over this vehicle. And not only, and I grew up on quad runners, you could smell that. You only know about gearheads when you talk to them, you go, man, the smell on exhaust, how good that smells. It's like, people are like, you're nuts. But you drive up to this gas station, and people are like, where have you been? And you're like, yeah, this is kind of cool. This is a little badass. This vehicle's covered in mud. And that was my first experience recognizing that the capabilities of this vehicle was much more than I was used to. And it really meant something different. And then I think for us, that's the lead into the community. The off-roading is just what people do. But when you get out there, the thing that I miss the most now is not being around the people. And I think that to us, like, we're going up in 2 weeks, we're shooting some content on the Rubicon Trail. And I'm going up with Ty Devereaux, who's our COO, Sean Gulling, who's our vice president, Peter Andrews, one of my board members. We have our videographer going with us. And I can't wait. Like, just the 4 or 5 of us going up there on the trail, we're camping out for the night. Camping's taken a different turn. We have our Starlink and our Jackery out there. But I'm so looking forward to just cracking open an MRE, boiling some water in my jet boil, and sharing stories around the campfire with each other. So it's the highlight of my month, So
yeah, that was perfect, Pope. I don't think you planned on that segue, but that was perfect for that.
That's exactly what I want. I want to just sit by a campfire and hang out with friends and just learn about some new people. I'm super excited.
Yeah, that's what we're excited about. This community is fun, and we're excited to meet another group within this community that we haven't had the chance to meet before.
Yeah, I think something you hit on, like, is just the people you get to meet. Like, I think that's what's. There's nothing wrong with going just four-wheeling with your friends on a weekend, but I think actually, like, planning events is, whether it be a jamboree or an invasion or whatever you end up doing, those are really where you can meet people that you would really truly never meet. Heck, the first time I went to Windrock, I had my TJ on 33s, and I'm following System 7 out of Ohio up Trail 15 because they were like, hey, you want to go with us? I'm like, sure, as long as you guys can drag me through it. And they're like, yeah, no problem. And I ended up only getting hung up at the very end. I had to just get winched off something, but I would never have met or known those guys if it wasn't for the Jamboree and just hanging out and going, oh, let's just go do something.
I realized this year that I had not. The first year we were here, and the first year we really started wheeling, I spent a lot of time wheeling with people, and then I realized I didn't really spend a lot of time with them after that. And part of that, I think, rolls back to the original conversation that we've had multiple times now, which is, if you don't know what you like to do and you go out there and you do stuff that's way beyond what you like to do, you're not gonna want to stick with it. You're not going to want to stick with it. You're not going to want to stick with those people. Yeah. You're going to be turned off from it overall. And then I kind of just started doing the mapping stuff, and I didn't get really back out there. So this year's, I'm trying. I'm making a concerted effort. Josh, I'm looking at you. I told you I told you I was going to make an effort. That said, I stopped at there was a local event here in Colorado, which I think is going to be the last event for me before Overland Expo here in Loveland, which I will be at Overland Expo here in Loveland, which is in late August. But the next event, and I think it's safe to talk about this now, we're pretty much set. I just had to finalize a few details with Jerry. But I will be recording a show for the podcast at the 58th annual All for Fun here in Buena Vista, Colorado. Yeah. It's going to be. We're gonna try a little bit of this in-person recording stuff and see if it works.
You'll be one pass away from my hometown.
Hey,
just right over
I will
Monarch
probably.
Pass.
I might actually cross that pass, and I don't know. I have no idea. I have to look and see what trails I end up getting signed up for and stuff like that. I kind of just let them place me where they think it's going to make the most sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I've heard about this event for the first few years that I've been here, and it'll be really cool to kind of check it out in person. Oh my good Lord.
Hey.
What? Wait. And you are, you're Pablo, right? Pablo Escobar?
There's no way you guys were still on here. I just took a chance. I was like,
do you see how much gray is on his chin?
Hey,
like
you.
He is aged. He's aged so much. Hey,
Jason's like,
right
fuck
there.
you. I've been here. I was here first, damn it.
Bro, I got grease and shit all over my face. I haven't even got cleaned up. I just got home.
That's okay, man. Welcome. How you doing? Good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you guys too.
How you been, man?
Pope, lean to your right. Yeah, there he is.
Here it is.
They see.
Oh, the phone.
He's on the other phone.
So what? Yeah, he's on his. For some reason, Ryan can't see us at all, and then Jason's a tiny little guy. Who, me?
Oh no,
or him?
you guys have come back now. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
no,
nice.
we're all drinking booze, Jason. You're good. You're a bad influence.
Not true. I just seen him drinking aqua. Oh, okay. Never mind. A little bit of Tanqueray.
We're good.
Yeah.
like
just looking at the bottle, I can taste it.
The bottle makes me remember things.
Yeah.
And
Ryan
this
is also over there cleaning his tools with his Tanqueray.
This year, I'm just trying to catch up to Pope. Look at that thing. Look at Pope's. That's epic.
I know. Getting more and more silver every day.
But you got really good coloring. Like, it's coming in really well. I gotta give you that one.
See, mine's over here.
Pope looks like straight. He's like his Santa Claus starter kit.
It is. Dude.
Jason is starting to
Dark
look
line around the edge to really make it pop.
Yeah, it is. Jason is starting to look like I don't know, like the guitarist from Creed in like 1996.
Bro, that's
I
when
could have said Nickelback.
That's when I joined the Navy.
I'm not trying to date you, but here you are dating yourself.
Bro, that's like fucking 28 years ago. You're showing your age, man.
I'm aware of the problem. Yeah, it's okay. I don't listen to Creed anymore.
With arms wide open.
What?
Yeah.
Sometimes I do, but not very much anymore.
Who doesn't listen to it in their Jeep while they're by themselves exploring?
That and Wham, right, Jason?
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
Definitely
You gotta let it go.
Wham.
You listen to some Creed and you put your skirt on and you go.
It's called a kilt.
What was the CDs that they used to sell? The top hits or whatever they were.
So I just saw a meme about that the other day. It hurt a whole lot.
What were they called?
And it wasn't. Now that's what I call music.
Yes.
And do you want to know what number they're up to?
Now.
Do you want to know what their number they're up to?
Whoa. They still make
the
them?
one I saw was 112.
Is this
I was getting ready to say, are we in 3 digits? Oh my god.
Oh, we're in 3 digits.
Wow, what decade?
Man.
That makes me want to drink even more.
I know, right? I'm pouring more in this glass.
What
So,
are we
Jason, how
talking
you been,
about?
man? What you been up to? We've just been kind of shooting the shit. Luckily, we were off last week, so we didn't really have a topic. We had enough updates for everybody. So, just how you doing, man?
I just I'm still spending 3 hours a day. Oh, I hear Lily. I think she's like sneaking,
she definitely doesn't want to deal with us.
she's sneaking around the camera right now. She's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
She's like, exactly. She's like, I wanted to come home and get some
I didn't
some
ask
sleep.
her if she put her makeup on today yet or not. Did you put your makeup on?
No, I did not.
No?
And hi, guys.
It's okay. Hi, Lily. Don't worry. Ryan didn't put his makeup on either.
Nah.
But no, I've just been 3 hours a day in traffic, between 7 and 8 hours, maybe sometimes 8.5 hours at work. But yeah, today was great. A couple of the mechanics called out sick, and yeah, so I got shifted over from my secret squirrel shit over to
mechanicking.
Shop. Yeah, and I was mechanicking.
DJ, you look blonder and pink.
Well,
that's a
that is
from Lily.
I know, but that is not me. And she is talking about Ryan and his Tanqueray face. Oh my God, no. And there we go. Now we're canceled. That's it. Yep.
No, it was just a piece
Jesus
of dirt.
Christ.
That's all it was. That's all it was. It's a piece of dirt. What?
Yeah,
this is why I drink. See? Now we're back to the reasons JD drinks on the show.
And JD's like, God damn it, Jason, why couldn't you just stay gone?
Oh, we love it when you're here.
I was gonna say,
I'm so glad to see you, man. I was just thinking about it today.
There is a rumor mill out there.
What?
You guys want to hear the rumor mill?
What's the rumor mill?
What's the rumor mill?
The rumor mill is that I got kicked off from the podcast because I drank too much. That's why nobody sees me lately.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
That's a fun
Who said
rumor.
that?
I ain't gonna put names out there.
Oh my gosh. You know that you can click on the button to come on anytime you want.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
here's the thing. No, go ahead, Jason.
No, I was gonna say, like, the most I can do on Instagram lately is on Wednesdays. I join in on the Gen Rights podcast because that's when I'm sitting in traffic. But it's just tough because, I mean, even if it was on Fridays right now, it'd still be tough for me because I don't get home until, what is it, normally right around 7, right?
Yeah, right now.
7 o'clock our time is normally what time I get home, and that's West Coast. So you guys want to do a podcast at, I don't know, East Coast time, like 10?
Right now they're doing it.
Yeah. But, well, they are, but they're probably
10:30
over.
I mean, seriously.
I mean, that's when we started. Was 10 o'clock East Coast time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we
And you're always welcome to join when you get home, man. Like, you don't have to.
No, it was at 9 o'clock.
I will definitely try more often. It's just it just depends on traffic and
Yeah. But
Well,
yeah,
you-
if
Jason's
we could
not
talk
kicked
off air
off.
about it too.
Jason
is not kicked off.
Jason
Yeah,
is busy.
I miss it. I
Let's
miss
go
it.
ahead
I
and-
miss hanging with
Jason
you guys.
is employed.
Was it easier
I-
on Fridays for you, Jason?
What's
Was
that?
it easier on Fridays for
Was
you?
it easier on Fridays? Because we could switch
what
it
the
back to Fridays.
Hang on, Lily's got new AirPods and she's fucking around with them.
No, just open the case.
You open the case, but it tried to connect to my phone. But Fridays, not honestly. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Like if it's not Saturday or Sunday, I don't get home until the earliest 6:45 at night here.
Yeah.
So it don't matter. Like whatever you guys are doing, if I can jump on, I'll definitely come on.
Then jump on at the end,
a lot of
man.
times, I just don't think you guys are still on. That's why I'm like,
No.
shit.
I swear
So
this
I'm
thing goes like 2 hours every time anyway, so you're probably
We try,
gonna
like,
jump in
I-
right
I
when
try-
we get it warmed up, and then you jump in, and then like it could be a thing. You could just be the end, the last hour.
I could come in at the end and be like,
Yo.
all right, guys, remember your shots.
You can make people come
your
back.
alcoholic beverages.
They'll come back. They'll
Yes,
get bored of
no.
us, and then they'll be like, "Okay, the last portion, Jason's gonna be."
We'll say Jason starts at minute number.
No, I ain't telling people that. You need to listen to the whole show to find out where Jason comes in. Because I want the credit and the engagement for the whole show, folks. Sorry.
So hey guys, I gotta go.
See you give another reason. Okay.
Saying hi.
Bye,
Jason,
Lily. It was good seeing your
Hi,
hand.
guys. Yeah, I gotta take
By
you
Lily's
to
hand.
Taekwondo or
Jason,
something.
tell Lily I'm
Okay.
holding a grudge. Jason, tell Lily I'm holding a grudge for not winning anything on her little giveaway the other day.
Oh, well,
jeez. I
hold
think
on.
you were ineligible immediately because you're part of the podcast now. Do you
No,
realize
I
that?
didn't give a giveaway. It wasn't mine. It was Shoreline Off-Road.
Sure.
But
She was on it. It's her fault.
I was on
Her
it, but it
fault.
wasn't a giveaway.
No,
But I
it's
will
her
do
fault.
a giveaway
No, it's okay.
this whole month. It's going to be every week a giveaway because it's my birthday month. So
Hey.
I'm gonna play.
Can you do one that's easy enough that I can win?
Yeah. We can do that.
Dude, I tried to tell a
We're
story.
going to do some ball joints or joint balls. So you call those.
You did it right the first time. She did it
Ball
right the first
joints.
time.
I don't ball joints and nut certs. It's been a very dirty episode without being a dirty episode.
Hey, JD, she confused me for half a day. She kept saying joint balls, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I think you can buy those in Colorado.
Give away joint balls.
Yeah, I think that's a Colorado product.
Joint
Yeah.
balls. I love it.
Pretty sure you
I love
can.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
That's
just
awesome.
call them joint balls
Yes,
for the rest of my life.
Lily's gonna do a giveaway. One of them, at least one of them, is gonna be some Apex ball joints. So, if there's any listeners out there, check out Lily's channel because she's gonna give away some Apex ball joints.
Joint balls.
Right after I just replaced
balls.
mine.
I think you should stick with joint balls, Lily. I like it better.
I like it.
I
Well,
think it should
guys,
be joint
see you
balls.
guys later. It was nice.
Bye. It was
seeing you all.
good seeing you, Lily.
Miss all of you.
Miss you. I will for you guys. Stop anytime. Bye, Lily. Bye, Lily's head.
Bye, Lily. At least you
All
guys
right.
got a good bye. I didn't get shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jason
I think she was including you.
Jason's handler has left the building, so time to come unhinged.
This is the part of the show where it goes off grids in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Well,
there was one, I was going to tell a story during that Shoreline off-road giveaway, and I forgot to. But he did he did his drawing out of a hat, basically. Like he printed out everybody's name and everybody, and I was like, God damn, that's a lot of work. So
there was a computer program for that.
Well, that's what I mean,
seriously.
Thinking. But
I did think that through the whole thing too.
Yeah, it was pretty
What
cool.
if he was
the way
using a
did it.
typewriter and he typed each one out and click, 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 click
It
each
gave
one?
it a personal touch, but at the same time, I was gonna tell him, I was like, yeah, like man, when me
Then
and
he's there
Lily
with his
first
left-handed scissors cutting the names out.
You
did,
could
dude.
sit there. You could sit there and name every person and put them in the hat if you really wanted to get like super weird.
Oh, he
That would make
definitely
people
cut him
nuts.
out. But Lily
Yeah.
did a drawing when we first met, and it didn't work out so well. She did it on the computer, and I was sitting there in her old house, and she kept hitting the button, and 3 times in a row, the program picked me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I was like, no, you got to throw that shit back in. 3 times in a row. I
Leave
was like,
my
how
name.
is that even a thing? So, yeah, I don't believe in those giveaways. Nope.
No, I assume I'm not getting them. I won something in the raffle in the event that I was at over the weekend, and I was 100% surprised, A, that I won something, and B, that I just bought a ticket like 15 minutes earlier. So, shout out to the Special Forces Foundation. They made a decent amount of money over the weekend, raising money at their event. So,
You won something?
Yeah.
What'd you win? A
Yeah, I
grenade?
won them. No, I wish. It'd be a lot more fun. It's just a soft-sided cooler and 10 pounds of coffee.
Oh, sweet. It's like a
Yeah.
Special Forces starter kit.
Yeah, it's from the coffee was from Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Of course it
and
was.
then of course it was.
Of course it
Oh,
was.
you should see some of the names, man. One of them was a silencer something. Yeah, there's some good ones in there. Yeah, there's pretty good stuff. So
I'm never home. And so apparently Lily is getting ready to sell coffee, and I fucking didn't even know because I'm never home. I'm always working.
Only Carnes Coffee?
Nope. Because
Nope,
when she
not-
pitched it to me, I was like, nope, leave my name off that.
Oh, well then you get none of that money then, I guess, huh?
No, because I'm an old Navy guy, so to me, coffee's fucking coffee. And I'm sorry for
Yeah.
everybody else that fucking sells it, like Trail Recon, you name it, Black Rifle Coffee. How many different fucking coffee beans do we have out there? It's all the same shit to me. Like, throw it in a coffee maker and let's
Well,
brew
that's
it.
like
Let's
with
go.
everybody with bourbon. Everybody trying to put their name on bourbon or whiskey. I mean, it's like,
oh really?
It's all coming from like
I guess I don't
3 or
pay
4
attention,
distilleries. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. To me, it's like
So there's what I would say in that space, Jason, is if you want to buy that kind of coffee, buy it from somebody who's doing something decent with the proceeds or some of the proceeds.
Yeah.
Because what they're doing is they're buying it from a wholesaler, and in a lot of cases they're either just buying it and putting their labels on it, or in some cases there's at least one that I know of here local that was doing a trail donation that was actually roasting their coffee at home. But still, it's small batch, right? So yeah.
I do have a challenge for you. I was thinking about this on my drive home. I was like, man, we should do a podcast with Brad from Trail Recon so I can pick on him about his coffee.
I would 100%. If anybody knows Brad, you have him reach out to me. I want Brad on the show. I love Brad and would like to have him on the show. Same goes for Sean from the Story Till Now.
I love Brad too. Like Brad was a Master Chief in the Navy too, just like me. And every time I watch his videos and his YouTubes, I love them. It takes me back to my childhood.
He's done a really good job. He's done a really good job of bringing his channel up.
Makes me feel like I'm watching fucking Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yep.
He's like the Mr. Rogers of the Jeep. You know what?
Do you think he's like Bob Saget and like in real life he's like,
oh my God, I hope he is. Oh my God, I hope he is.
No, I really do like Brad, and I would give anything to meet Marco because his tacos look phenomenal.
Right? Like that would be like that is one human being that I would love to have. Like, I mean, he doesn't need to make me a taco. Just talk to me for a few minutes. He seems like the coolest, raddest guy.
Yeah, he's so laid back. Mm-hmm. And did I say his tacos look really good? Like,
they look.
You mentioned
delicious.
his tacos, yeah.
I would love to eat one of his tacos for sure, but like, I feel like that would be like a privilege to eat one of.
I feel like
Marco's tacos.
If we were on the trails between your drinks, your nice slushies that you make, and his tacos would be phenomenal.
Oh, at night we would have margarita snow cones. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
how
talking.
it is.
I'm here for it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing that I do best. We may not be able to fix your Jeep. We have snow cones.
I see alcoholism.
And a Traeger, like we have a Traeger Ranger, and we will barbecue for you on the trail. We will like make you snow cones, but we can't fix you. But we would love some help when we're broken.
Yeah, I am the same way. I am the gadget king. I have every
you while you're fixing me. I failed on Pritchett. Like. All of my snacks, like I failed on Pritchett for my job. All I was supposed to have is snacks.
That is a perfect segue for this, because we're going to make you feel better about yourself today.
What?
So I'm really glad that you should see if we do this at the end, Jason, then this is perfect because we're going to do a new segment called This Week in Fail. Because Alyssa likes to send us segments and things that she sees in her feed of various people doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing and or failing at it.
Oh man.
You can already know what's going to happen here. Like
I know exactly what rock. I know exactly what thing.
Is that a Toyota or a Lexus?
So
it's a Toyota.
It looks like a Lexus.
Is it a Toyota? So I have a quick question. Does anyone want to guess whether or not the guy who's spotting is the guy who owns the vehicle at the bottom of the obstacle?
Oh, geez.
Guesses?
If it is, I would be like, he's definitely not efficient because if I was spotting, I would have already went to the top.
Yep, because here we go.
Yeah, gas it right there and say buy.
That was just a soft touch. Just a soft touch.
Oh,
shit.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
something went wrong.
That honestly was not what I was expecting to happen.
No, that went south so much harder than I thought it was going to go the first time I saw it.
I thought you were rewinding.
We can judge that, but something.
I thought rooftop tents were useful. What the hell?
I was like, are you rewinding that?
Wait, what did you say, Pope?
I said I thought rooftop tents were helpful, or what the hell?
I thought they would. Yeah, I'm with the thing though. The snorkel that didn't help you at all.
The thing is like something went wrong.
So
something went wrong.
Well,
Did his brakes go out? Like what happened?
There's a comment here called "Need the VSC turned off," and I saw this by a few different people. I guess there's some sort of a there's something that there's something in the computer that when it reads. Well, somebody said in there that he was bouncing, and because he was bouncing, the engine read an issue and cut the brakes.
Yeah, damn effing computers.
What the fuck is a VSC?
Computer problem.
Yeah.
Does it stand for VSC? Does it stand for very stupid control?
I thought it had to be a computer problem, or I thought it had to be. Someone said put it in neutral when you go downhill backwards, and then they never stop being a neutral. But
yeah, it's like there's a lot of
it's their traction control.
Oh.
Okay.
I still don't see how that plays a. Yeah.
No, something happened there. Though.
Vehicle stability control.
Yeah.
Does the traction control have anything to do with its brakes on the way down the hill?
Well, that was what someone. So again, this is all from the comments, and it's Instagram, so not everybody necessarily knows what the hell it is they're talking about.
Business days to move
but somebody in the comments basically said that there is something in there where if it reads the tires like essentially doing what it was doing when he was bouncing, it will cut the engine and it will cut power. So he might have found he just didn't have.
He might have not
any
had
kind
power,
of power
and then zero brakes because when you cut power,
no power
vehicles,
brakes.
there's very little brakes.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
No, just push harder.
I feel like they should revisit.
Well, I would be throwing on my e-brake, but I mean, it's easy to judge all kinds of things, but like.
It's all 2020, right? That you don't necessarily know in the moment. So
my Jeep is rigged like a Toyota. I don't even have an emergency brake.
No?
Nope. I cut that shit off. It was in the way.
And Jason,
what do you do when you stop on an incline?
If I stop on an incline?
Yeah, and you have to get
Pray to
out.
God.
Like when you're in Sand Hollow and you have to park for a second.
Well, that's the thing. I don't stop on an incline.
Well,
I bitch a lot if people make me stop on an incline, and then I go find a spot.
Oh, so you just have to find something level. Okay.
I'm just that guy that's like, why would you stop here? Why would you stop here?
Well, they got 5
cars
in front
like
of
when
you.
you're in Sand Hollow, there is no flat spot 90% of the time.
Then I just normally have to just sit there and wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
But those are always good times because usually that's when I'm with Brandon for No Regrets. And he usually gets out and he just stands next to me and we laugh and I try to keep my Jeep in that spot.
That's hilarious.
Speaking of Trail Hero, God, I
are you
cannot
doing Trail
wait
Hero?
to get down there. Cannot
Okay,
wait.
you are coming to Trail Hero.
Oh yeah, I would never miss it.
Okay.
I am going to make my best
message you.
effort to do this year. I want to do Trail Hero. So
you
already have your trails planned and everything?
I got another job. So should be starting that soon, and I hope my current employer doesn't listen to our podcast right now. Maybe in the future, but that's cool. Yeah, I got a new job, so I'm waiting to start it. But that was the first thing that I said to him was, "Hey, I'm sorry, but even if I
got this going on.
Yeah, I will. I got to go to Trail Hero."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yep, we'll make whatever you need to do." And I was like,
So
"Sounds good. Let's go."
Is it an off-road company?
No, it's not. So, unfortunately, I'm not like Brad, and I'm not like a few of the others out there, but I can't make the money that I need to live
in
this
off-road
area.
world. Yeah.
Like when you're in the Seattle area, it's expensive. So
yeah,
I've got to go defense contracting. So I'll be defense contracting, and yeah. So it'll be close to home for me, and yeah, it's gonna be good, and I will be at Trail Hero, and I can't fucking wait.
Are you staying in the Seattle area to do that, or
what's that?
Are you staying in the Seattle area to do that, or?
No, so I will move to the other side of the water. That's where I used to live before. So I'll be moving up closer to my daughter, which is phenomenal. And I don't know why I keep using that word, phenomenal. I feel like I listened to fucking
Phenomenal.
You can hate me later, guys.
Yeah.
But Trail Hero this year, I think I'm going to go back to my old school way, which is I'm not Airbnb-ing. I'm going to do like, I'm going to take my camper, I'm going to stay on BLM land, and I'm just going to party the entire time and wheel.
So what is the
seriously,
other side of the water?
So where I live, right, there's it's kind of like a peninsula, actually a reverse peninsula. So you have Seattle.
It's still Seattle, just the other side of Seattle.
No, not really. So there's this body of water that goes like this, right? Seattle's right here.
Okay.
I'm going to be working over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So it might say that I'm like 10 miles from Seattle, but I'm actually, if you were to drive a car, that's like a fucking 2-hour drive because you got to go all the way down and around. Or you take a ferry across. And I don't like ferries. So I'm sorry it's that kind of month right now, but I don't like ferries. So, yeah.
Why are y'all trying to get us canceled? Seriously, we're just back from vacation.
You knew it was going there the minute you said it.
I did, and I that's why I started shaking my head before we even started talking.
I'm just
because I knew it was going to happen.
I'm just joking. I have so many friends.
I know you are. I know.
It's their choice.
All right.
I like my twigs and berries. I don't like other twigs and berries.
We like your twigs and berries too, buddy.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, thank you.
Never mind.
I thought we just got shut off.
We did. We should get shut off. No, we should, but I'm going to change the subject now. So I didn't intend on beating up Toyotas. I did kind of hope that Alyssa was here so that she could at least defend them, but since she's not here, it's all Jeep people today. So
my first question is, before you hit play, why are you even in that situation?
So you said a lot more gentle than me. I would have said, "What the fuck?"
Oh, there's a whole lot of what the fuck's going on here. Yeah, check this out. This is
like,
fun to watch. This makes me feel better about myself.
Well, I feel like the dude really wanted to go surfing and can't find a surfboard.
But I want to know
Just
where
done.
it started. Like, see, this is the thing. There's no context to this. Like, how did this get to this place? Like,
Hey, JD.
I mean,
Yeah.
Can you mute me for a second? I got to go pee.
Sure. And
I just wanna know
folks, is how
how-
we keep it classy.
I just want to know how that is. Like,
Is that a Chrysler Pacifica or something?
Like, I don't know. I feel I'm guessing that multiple people had made this trek over there, but this person just wasn't lifted enough, and I'm guessing they also probably took too much of a line that was too deep. And
that's
so
the thing is that a lot of people don't know that there's holes, and so like, look,
Right.
there's a hole right there. Like, you can see where that hole is. Like, if he would have come up higher,
and you
it looks darker. I mean,
Yeah,
Don't
that's a
stop.
hole that he's in.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yep.
even if
Look
you
at
hit the
all that
hole,
white that was
Yeah.
around his Jeep. Like that. Like, he was in a hole.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And the other-
somebody
like-
probably in front of him, he didn't follow the person in front of him that was.
and stop.
And if he'd been heavier, he might have been okay
Stop.
too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
don't stop if you're in that
Don't
area.
stop. Never lift. Keep that.
Yep. And had he been heavier, he might have been okay too. He might not have been pushed over by the water. So
Yeah, that's
that's
Well,
just all that's what I'm saying, kids, is bring the fat person with you. We will weigh you down.
Right.
Got you, Ryan.
I'm
Yep.
here.
All right.
That just
Let's
is
see
like
here.
somebody dumb.
Yep. All right. So one more dumb Toyota. And this one just gives me agita. Did you see this one?
Yeah.
Oof. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm not sure why there's not just a pile of poop at the bottom of that underneath his door
Oh my
where
God,
it would have
those are
just
blue
fallen
wheels?
out.
I think I know whose truck that is.
Wait.
Oh no.
I have a video of that truck doing the shoot in Sand Hollow.
Are you sure?
Oh really?
I think I do. It's blue
So-
tires, the blue wheels.
So I kid you not, I took this. Yeah. I took this post from another page.
All right.
Yeah.
They took that from my page.
Did they really? Jesus Christ. It's like I realize there's a shelf underneath here, but it's
Do you know who that is?
It was nasty. I mean,
Is that King Shock? Does it have King Shocks? That would confirm it.
Well,
they're from
there's a
Washington
lot of
State,
money.
I think.
Oh, it's from Washington.
Oh, it's from Washington. If it's from California, I know exactly who it is. But
Hold
it's not California.
on. We get a shot at the plates here in a second.
Are those Mickey Thompsons?
Yeah, because that's a shorter vehicle or a shorter video
Yokohamas.
than what I first saw.
Nope,
Oh, it's
California
California.
plates. You know who that is, don't you?
I think I do.
Find out.
That's amazing. Find out, guys. Let us know.
AF. Like that.
That's really scary. That's when you don't screw around.
Pope, is he Hispanic?
Yes.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, don't go there because I will get.
No. He was just doing it for identification purposes. Jason, shut up.
I mean,
it was just for identification purposes.
Just be quiet.
Yeah, he came on a trail with us.
He's a motherfucker, and he's a cool guy.
The original
Like, we have
video,
no problem with this.
they were all speaking Spanish.
And that's
going
why
to take
I have
more than
so
one
many
video.
Hispanic friends because they're all crazy motherfuckers and they match my personality.
And he was way fun. We've been on the trail with this guy. Like, we're just like checking to see if it's him. But he was a really, really, really nice guy, and we wheeled with him for 2 days. Oh no,
that's amazing.
If you were, Pope would have rolled over.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do one last one, just so I doesn't feel like I'm beating up on Jeeps.
Pope,
or on
did you like
Toyotas.
that meme? Did you like that video I sent you? That reel?
Yeah, it was funny. We have managed to see that's the truck right there.
Yeah, he found it. Right. All right, Pope, and it's your responsibility to reach out to them. I want to know how that ended.
Okay,
I
we
want
should
to know how many
find out
vehicles
how
it took to get
ended.
back up on
He's
there.
a rad guy, but it's funny that we might know who that is. I saw that video and I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Okay. Oh, that's when a kinetic rope is not a good idea.
There ain't nothing
how
wrong
not
with
to
that.
use a
That's-
kinetic
that's-
rope. No,
Friends helping friends.
It's friends helping friends.
that's friends helping friends destroy their pillars.
Yeah, you just need to push a little bit harder.
Oh, shoot.
I feel like they needed a third Jeep at this point to pull that out.
Robin's racing. Come on.
Although I don't know, is that a Jeep? Or is it like
You know what? They both were having a good time, so they don't
I feel
care.
like one of those has got to be a shit box.
I think they're both
a
shit boxes.
and that's great. They're good
At
friends.
least one of
shit
them got to
boxes.
be a shit box.
Yeah, I probably think his video's out of Europe somewhere.
Oh, probably. All right. All right. Well, so if you missed any of that and you're listening to the show, this is why you need to check us out on YouTube.
We could actually compare the license plate number if we wanted to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We need to forensic files this shit. Like, I don't.
All I'm saying is I have this white Tacoma driving up the chute with blue wheels.
And he was a crazy motherfucker.
He was a crazy motherfucker, and he destroyed the shit out of the corner panel getting his truck up the chute.
It was fun, though.
Oh, well, now his rear quarter panel is done too. So, all right. Good deal. All right. I lied. I have one more. And after that, Jason, I'm going to have you toast us out of here since you're here, man, because it's the parting shot is up to you, buddy. So here, this one. Oh, wait. Did you see the video, Jason? I don't know if Jason saw the video from the event a few weeks ago that you guys were so excited to see. Did you see it, Jason?
Which one?
Oh my God, Jason's.
Jason, this is how JD went out marketing.
Jason, that's all.
It's your favorite.
I try to keep up, but
No.
I really haven't.
So, well, you might have missed this, Jason. So, I want you to know that I will do anything in the effort of marketing for the Trailhead. And to that end, here is a video for you. Well, not anything like.
Spend the extra $1,000 every year.
Kiki.
Wait, here we need the one that's not me getting kicked in the nuts by a small child.
What's that?
Yeah, that's what we all said.
Are you not entertained? How's it going?
It is a giant inflatable unicorn.
And that is a Trailhead podcast
with
flag, too.
With my Trailhead, with our new Trailhead podcast flag.
JD, was that you?
Yes.
It was me, yes, sir.
Jason
I can
looks
see the
concerned.
mustache,
Yes, sir.
dude.
I can see the mustache.
Okay,
Well, in the first videos.
Okay, now that you know that that's JD, I need you to watch the first video again and watch the kid kick him in the leg and then in the balls. So please play again. Wait.
Here we go.
I can't spend the extra $1,000 every year.
Like he's just having a good time, just kicking me, just
Left hook, left hook.
fuck you, dude.
Chin,
Yep.
left
Looks
hook.
like it looks like Lily's kids.
Then it tracks even better. I'm surprised he wasn't yelling DJ fuck you.
Yep.
DJ.
All right, so I show you that video to show you this video. Let's see here. Let's do this and then here. I'll do that.
Yes.
Oh. I love it.
JD's monster truck. That's what he needs.
Hey, Pope, me and you got to get together offline here. I got to figure out what I want to do to my Jeep before I come to Trail Hero.
I had no less than 4 people send that video to me after the last show, and I had to share it with you guys. So
I think the biggest marketing would be the next Monster Jam in Denver. You have to go with your suit.
if it's there, I'll go. I will go if for no other reason than try to get a picture with it. Do they have it here?
JD, you got to bring your fucking pajamas, dude.
I'll bring it. It's in the Jeep right now. I'm there. It's with me all the time now. I'm telling you, man.
We can do a Trail Hero pajama jam day.
Here's the thing: we're gonna get into the place where the unicorn costume it's a very weird nexus between the amount of alcohol JD drinks and events that he goes to, and whether or not he believes there are cameras on him or not. It doesn't matter if there are, just whether or not he believes that there are cameras on him or not. Yeah, this should be fun.
JD, you drink with me, brother, and it's not going to be about what you can wear. It's going to be all about what you're going to be taking shit off, dude.
Oh, you don't got to tell me. I know that. The police know that. Morgan Fairchild knows that.
Time. It's going to be an epic time.
I know. All right.
Pope,
well, I
Pope Randy,
I feel like Trail Hero has to happen.
Right.
Oh, I'm not driving anywhere. Whatever the second day, if I go to Trail Hero, the second day that I'm there is going to have to be a non-trail day. It's going to have to be a me recovering day. I'm going to have to book it, schedule it. Just
we're going to hit the
plan
trail. We're going to take your keys because we're going to drive your Jeep. We're just going to tie you to it.
Can we get one of those IV treatment things from Vegas? Those IV treatment trucks at the event.
Oh,
then I'm there. I'm game.
I tried them before. It just doesn't work.
Horseshit. I don't believe you. I feel like it would work with the right combo. No?
Maybe. It might depend on how much you drink. It doesn't work for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, well, you're
JD drunk. Take tie down straps and put him in the passenger seat, and then just take his rig wheeling the next day. And show him
sounds
what
like my 21st birthday all over again.
Hey, Pope Randy, you guys are definitely going to know where I'm camping when I take my camper down there.
Okay.
I'm going to be right under the overpass.
Oh. Well,
So
you're
that
gonna
way-
need to. We need to discuss Trail Hero and
We'll,
off air or whatever. We'll discuss.
We'll set
this.
some time. We'll set some time out after. I'll get old Jason. We can find out. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
set
do
some
it.
time before or after the show.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'll
Let's get out of here, Jason.
Just drink my sorrows on the East Coast. So
I'm telling you, man, you can come with.
It's easy
Just
to
fly out
come.
here. Get a
It's-
cheap ass
just fly,
ticket.
dude.
You can ride
Dude.
with one of us. Come on.
Did you
I'll
know
put
that
my-
you can ship your Jeep?
I'll put my passenger seat
Can you?
back in.
Did you know
Let's
that
go.
you can
Come
ship
on.
your Jeep?
yeah,
Oh, you don't have to ship your Jeep. Just rent one. We know some people.
No. Oh my God.
So shipping your
I
Jeep's
know.
not that bad, but we can talk about it
No.
afterwards.
Yeah.
He's not military, Jason.
Or
was gonna
just
say, I
fly
shipped
out
a-
and ride with us.
I shipped a car from here, South Carolina, back to Colorado, and the guy that came to my house picked it up. Yeah, I don't know if I want to give him a Jeep.
It's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, he didn't speak much English, and he was on the phone the entire time. So,
Ooh, yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, All right, guys. Well, we're rolling up on 2 hours here, and I feel like we're all starting to fade. So, Jason, you're here, man. You want to give us our parting shot, my friend?
Let's do it. There you go. Here's the cheers for the end of the night. Here's to you.
Cheers, everybody.
Here's to me. If we ever disagree, fuck you, and here's to me.
There you go.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Well, thank you guys very much. We'll do this again next week. See you next time in the Trailhead.
Awesome. See you guys.